Okay, so today is the 30th of January, and Troy, you've been filming again last week. Could you give us a little bit of an update of what's been happening and what has been filmed?
I have been filming a new film, 6 Weeks, and my role with that one is Tommy, and it was an interesting week, I have to say, especially on that day when everybody was all around. I certainly came to the producer's house and I was quite surprised when his son was all jumping up and down getting ready, because child actors are more side than the older ones are. So yeah, it was interesting. The start of it was quite good. I think the kitchen scene took a lot harder than we thought it did, because Leo certainly didn't get his lines. I think Faye did at some time. It's surprising the main one did well, but even big people do, because it's not easy, because there's so many going on. There's one person saying their line. I think at the moment I was the only one who knew what the story was going on about, because I'm the one who was writing everything. So obviously it had new things, but I think in some way, yeah, it was a good film. It was a good way to film it. But with Trevor's role, when Leo who's playing, it was really fun. And I think when we did it at first, I was just reading our lines, and so yes.
Good, fantastic. How did you feel? How did it go compared to like the first week when you were filming? Any difference, and what scenes in particular did you film this time around?
Well, first start we probably filmed the bit where, we were in the flat the whole time. So there was no chance we could have an outside break. So obviously we were filming inside the whole time. So kitchen, living room, bedroom, and even that was the only 3 scenes we could have had, but there was more going on at that point. I think, so obviously we probably filmed that where we were in the kitchen where everything was going on, especially with arguments and things. It was quite threatening, actually doing, but I think not to be so obviously nasty to the people. I think mostly Faye really had a problem reading her lines. Leo was alright. He was a bit like me. Me and him knew our lines properly, and we didn't really needed the script. So Faye probably needed the script, needed more 5 minutes every time. So that's what was going on.
How did it go? Because I know that you filmed the scene that you were least looking forward to filming. How did that go in the end?
What, the kitchen scene?
Well, the scene playing the guitar.
Oh yes, that was interesting, with Alice behind camera and Faye and Leo and Julian the world, the producer, also behind camera as like an audience. It was a bit nerve-wracking, but in the end it got done. So I did get some comments. Oh yeah, Troy's a good singer. Oh really? And it was all right, and I think it wasn't that bad. I don't know what it's like on camera. I don't know what it's like on editing. I want to know what it's actually like. But we'll find out and see what that was like. It was a really hard thing to do, because it's like a really comedy moment. But that wasn't the first comedy it was. It wasn't a first comedy moment. There was also another comedy moment in the kitchen. It is quite funny, and it's supposed to be quite funny. It's supposed to be quite atrocious, actually quite. But I think I enjoyed it, and I think anybody else enjoyed it probably when they actually, if you ever do get a chance to see it at the celebration at that one, I think they'll enjoy it well, because it is quite fun. And if it doesn't even go at the celebration, then hopefully word will come around from it.
Absolutely. Great. Can you give us a little bit of a preview? What's next left to film? What are you planning on filming this week?
Well, I haven't got long to film, because obviously I think if I do this scene, I'll be done. So I think I got the graveyard as number 1. I got the park as twice. That's 2, 3. I have got the town where I had to pick up Trevor. That's 4. And football is 5. So I only got 5 more scenes.
Right, okay. Cool.
And I'm done really, and it's just the others to do.
Yeah. Fantastic. Great stuff. Right, fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time. That was really good insight. And speak to you again next week.
Bye bye.